We are finishing up 9-3 notes now. On the second to last problem, remember that we first took away 27 because you have to undo addition before you undo multiplication. And we got negative 1/3 y and is greater than 1.5 because notice that we never flipped the sign because we didn't multiply or divide by a negative. Now at this step, notice I have negative 1/3 y. Remember that that's negative 1/3 times y. So to get rid of negative 1/3, I have to do the opposite. I have to divide both sides by negative 1/3. And that's what gets y by itself. Now notice here how I divided both sides by a negative, so my sign is going to flip in this step. And then I'm taking 1.5 divided by negative 1/3. Now we need to do that kind of off to the side. So 1.5 is the same thing as 3/2, and I'm dividing that by negative 1/3. So when I divide, that's the same as doing keep, multiply, flip. Now there's nothing that cancels out here, so I just multiply across the top and across the bottom. And a positive times a negative will give me a negative, so I get negative 9/2. And negative 9/2 becomes negative 4.5. And I know that because 2 goes into 9 4 times evenly with 1 remaining. 2 times 4 is 8, so I have 1 remaining, which gives me negative 4.5. So notice that this one actually is not the same as the last two, whereas the other ones were negative 4.5 or negative 4.5, but they had a greater than sign. This one has a less than sign. So I already know that this is not going to be the same. But just to make sure, I'm going to check the very last problem too. So for the very last problem, I have negative 2y minus 15 is less than negative 6. So first thing, I draw my line, and I know that I undo subtraction before multiplication, so I add 15 to both sides. Negative 2y is still on the left side. I just undid the 15. Sign doesn't flip because I didn't multiply or divide by a negative, and then negative 6 plus 15 gives me 9. Positive 9 because 15 is bigger than negative 6. Now I'm ready to get y by itself. So to get y by itself, I have to undo multiplication because this is negative 2 times y. So I divide both sides by negative 2, and then I get y. And notice, because I divided by a negative, I flip the sign, so y is greater than 9 divided by negative 2, just kind of the same as how we had negative 9/2 over here. That would give me negative 4.5. So I get negative 4.5 for y. And notice it's y is greater than negative 4.5. So these three, the first, second, and fourth, had the same solution. Now once you're finished writing that down, rewatch it if you need to. Rewatch both videos if you need to. And then you can get started on your 9-3 homework. Thank you.